Sup nerds, it's time for another handheld video, and this time we got this, the Playdate. And check out how different this thing looks. Pretty unconventional, huh? So he has a sort of GBA style buttons. They are very clicky. At the bottom here, there is a speaker, headphone jack, charger USB-C port, speaker grill, menu button, power button. Though on a second thought, maybe the holes at the bottom here, maybe they're microphones? We're not too sure. Maybe something else, who knows? The Mac is very simple, but it has all the markings that one might be interested in, and there weren't many of these. I think maybe something like 100,000 out there, but it's a fantastic device. You know how the Game Boy has an 8-bit screen? Well, this one has a 1-bit screen, so the pixels are either black or white, either on or off, no in between. But I'll show you later that the devs do get around this by using a dithering effect, to make a gradient into gray. It's actually pretty interesting. And this little dingle-dangle is a crank. It feels really good and fits right into the device, snaps in place. It's a cozy little device. And as you may have noticed, this is a non-backlit screen, which means turning off the light and turning the device at certain angles, it makes it nearly impossible to see. With direct light though, it is quite vibrant and fantastic. And this is meant to give a unique handheld experience, something you can't emulate as easily. And it brings back the feeling of opening a new game on Christmas Day. But we'll get to that. Starting it up, it winks at you if you hit the power button once, but hit it twice and it will wake up. This is the intro of when you first get it, and it shows you exactly how to use the device. How cool was that? These are the games we have for it now, but we can get more. How it works is that when you buy a device online, you create an account and subscribe to 16 free games. And you get 2 of them for free every week. It is just downloaded to your device, and those are known as the Season 1 games. Aside from that, there is a store where people can make their own games and upload them, and you can get them for free or a few dollars. In fact, most of the games are under $10 and some are just around $1 because they're very small experiences. Here is a good example. Oh, also, the crank is part of the controls.
Crack the stars to crack the joke. It's a beautiful joke. It's the longest joke in the world. Three guys are sitting in a bar. The great fairy says... Three guys are sitting in a bar when a great fairy appears. The great fairy says... I grant you 3 wishes. That's cool. I'd like to have $1 million. And the fairy says, crank up the game. It's the crankiest game with the bounciest bud in the world. It's bouncy.
But yeah, you can get in and out of the games real quick too. And to get the whole joke, you have to pick up the game and play it. It's just 99 cents, guys. Come on. Here's another fairly popular one, Root Bear. Thematically, it reminds me of the classic Tapper game and the Nuka Tapper from Fallout 76. It's just a score hunter where you keep trying to get a higher score, but what makes it different is that you do have to use the crank, which is as sensitive as an analog stick. Aside from the store, there are user-submitted games online, like on itch.io, such as this PlayGB, which is just a Game Boy emulator. Which of course is not perfect, but it works. And you can see here what I meant with the gradient. There are no colors in this, it's just black and white pixels. This is what it means to be 1-bit screen, just on or off. All of these are just artistic way to mimic colors. Like if you go to the beginning, you can definitely tell with the textures on the Gengar. So this is a very nice little dungeon crawler roguelike with random drops and random enemies and even objectives with an amazing amount of control with just the A and B, the D-pad, and the crank. All of these games are very charming and fun. And there's a surprisingly varied amount of different genres. Like Sasquatcher here is essentially a sort of Advance Wars kind of game. And this is a game that came with Season 1. So it's one of the free games that you get when you buy the device, and it's heavy on the crank. And as you can see, it's about controlling time to try to get to your destination. Demon Quest 85 has an amazing artwork for the 1-bit screen, and it is less of an action game and more of a puzzle sort of game, where you want to summon a demon so you study what they like, and you decide on who to invite to summon the demon, and what it takes to do the summoning. So yeah, again, it's a super charming little device with a lot of quirky games. Oh yeah, let us show you the shop real quick. Maybe we should have showed that first. But here. So yeah, all the games are downloaded over Wi-Fi, but there is also the option to get the games from itch.io and sideload them with your account on the Playdate website, which is extremely convenient. And they even give you the tools to make your own game and a simulator to test them on your computer. And since this nerd bucket mods everything, a small mod that was made for this device, for this specific screen, was a 3D printed bracket and magnets for this screen, just like the Game Boy Warm Light. So now this Playdate can be played in bed with the lights off. Now the game is downloaded, and this is the part we mentioned that it feels like opening a new game on Christmas. The 3DS did something similar, where everything you downloaded did become a little present box that you opened, but this one definitely has a little bit more of a flair when opening the presents. So this is a racing game obviously, and you have a stamina bar on the side that goes down faster the faster you crank, which is how you pedal the bike. And the trick here is to use the hills to your advantage, recovering mana when you go downhill, and trying not to pass out by cranking too hard going uphill. And this is a great example of the use of the pseudo 3D. Of course, without the genres, the dungeon crawlers are something that really shines on a device like this. The old school classic ones, of course. Again, this screen is just 1 bit, so it's crazy to see what the devs could do with it. Here's another free game. It's more of a puzzle game of picking the right new hire. It's adorable. You use the crank to flip through the different potential hires, and then you take on customers. You see what they need and you hire the person for the job. Here, fast with low quality. Alright, and as you see, there is a side-loaded port of Celeste. This is a fan-made port, by the way, side-loaded from itch.io. But the whole idea of this handheld is to be unique. But most games here are specifically made for this device and nothing else. So there's a lot of unique content in here, and there's a lot of fun stuff. Now let's take a look at how this looks playing outside, since there's no backlight. And as you can see during daylight, it does look pretty great outside. So yeah, in the sea of emulation handhelds and handheld PCs nowadays that all look very similar and mostly do all the same stuff, it is refreshing to see handhelds like this, which are doing its own thing and being unique. When was the last time that we saw such plethora of games being made for specific handheld? 3DS was probably the last one, and who knows when we'll see a truly unique handheld with its own games again. Anyway, that's all we had to say about this little guy. What did you think of this? Would you give it a try? Let us know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider helping the channel out by clicking on the join down below to become a member. Subscribe to see more videos like this. And of course, always nerd on.